Hey, baby.
Hi, y'all. Thank you, tech support.
You're welcome.
I must have clicked something on whenever I was setting this up because it would not let me go live from my phone, which is where I had everything set up to do. So bear with me un momentito. We're going to put this here and do this. How's everybody doing? Glad I poured a cocktail for this. There we go. That's a little better. Is anybody, I know we had a few people earlier. I hope I get like that perfectionist tendency where like I like to be on the minute it's there. But if you're here, hi. Thanks for joining. Cheers. This is my Dia de Muertos glass my friend Stephanie got me. Oh, a couple years ago. Hi, Whitney. Whitney, what time's your flight? Whitney is in our Ko-fi group for the Magickal Makealong, and I think she's flying. Are you flying to Portugal, Italy, somewhere in Europe today, right? In a couple hours. Oh, well, I feel so honored that you joined. I have so much anxiety whenever it's air travel day, so I feel super honored that you're here. Hi, Jay. Hi, Mac. Baby, everyone says thank you. It's nice having tech support live with you. That really makes life a lot better. Ooh, headed to Portugal via Dublin. Oh, I'm glad this is helping your travel anxiety. Good. That's perfect. Hi, Ladidi. How are you? Well, this is going to be the prize reveal for the Magickal Makealong. I'm guessing that most of the people on here right now are already signed up for the Magickal Makealong. But if anybody's watching this afterwards, I just want to give the little spiel. The Magickal Makealong is a Ko-fi exclusive make-along. It's going to be from today, September 22nd, the autumn equinox. Happy Mabon, happy autumn equinox to anyone who celebrates. And it runs through November 2nd, which is the Day of the Dead, and we will have our wrap-up party on November 3rd. So it's about 6 weeks long. And during that time, we are going to be casting on projects that fit the magical theme. So whether you are celebrating the change of seasons and that's as magical as you want to get, or if you're someone like me and a lot of my friends who want to do something a little witchier, or maybe something for Halloween, something spooky for Day of the Dead, any of those projects are welcome. We are going to have a cast on party tonight at 7 p.m. for all of those in Ko-fi. And if you want to join, super simple. You just head over to my Ko-fi page. There is a link here on YouTube. I'll also put it in the description, and you can sign up for any tier. Any tier at all gets you access to all of the Magickal Makealong benefits, including pattern freebies. I'll stop right there and show you the 2 pattern freebies that are already available. We have the Tipsy Tarot Tote. This is a little cute tarot pouch that you can make with any granny square pattern. I do give you instructions for how to make one of the granny squares, but you could use any granny square pattern and it gives you instructions for how to make a little bag. So this is actually the bag that I use for my tarot cards. And brand spanking new, we have the Sea Witch Altar Cloth. So this is a knit pattern. Granny square is crochet. And this is using a seashell stitch, which I just thought was so freaking cool. And it's so fun to do. So really simple rectangle with some fringe that you can use as an altar cloth. You could use as a table runner. If you want to make it really long, I think it would make a really cute scarf. So these are the 2 patterns that are currently available for free, any tier when you sign up. There will be some other freebies, some other pattern things. There might be some discounts coming up. There might be some cocktail or movie and book recommendations. And we have a Discord with a chat group. It's already going strong. I'm loving seeing what people are thinking of casting on and the chatting that has been happening there. So if you're looking to make some magical friends, it's a great place to be. So there's my spiel. And for anyone who's in Ko-fi, if you're here now and I forgot anything, let me know. Let me know what I should say. I am drinking. I decided to really get into the fall spirit today. I have apple cider with rum. I was trying to remember because I asked my husband, I was like, should I put bourbon in it or rum? He went with rum. So feels very fall and cinnamony and festive. Oh, thanks, Mac. I'm glad that you love it. It is fun to see in person. I felt like some of the pictures didn't do it justice. I do feel like it's really fun and it's so nice and light and airy. So anyways, that is our Magickal Makealong. Is anybody whipping on anything? Did anybody start their Makealong project yet? Let me know if you have. For the Magickal Makealong, what I'm going to be making is another sample of what I'm wearing. This is my Sexy Gone Cardi pattern, and I came so prepared today. My husband reminded me that we have an iPad. I don't use Apple products. I don't know if anybody here is like a big Mac or Apple fan. We do Google. So this is the Sexy Gone Cardi, another sample. I'm going to be making one of these, but I am going to be making it in velvet yarn. Let me show you my color palette inspo. I think I kind of hit it. So these were the colors I was going for: pink, green, like a creamy silver, and then various tones of like earth tones. And I just loved how like this was like sea witchy, but also naturey, earth witchy. And this is what I came up with. So I have some random scraps, trying to get the lighting right on this, of like super soft pink. And I do feel like this is like a silvery brown. And then I do have a lot of this yarn. I probably bought this yarn 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago. It is Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee, which I don't shop from anymore, but the yarn is gorgeous. So this is their Velvety Smooth. So I have this color. I have some more Bernat in chocolate. Some more Bernat in mushroom. And then we got one more. This was the only green I could find at my Joann's, but I kind of think it works. It's a bit darker than I was going to go for, pine, but I really feel like this is such a pretty color palette. I think it's going to work. And I mean, pink and green's kind of my thing. So I feel like it's autumnal somehow. Whitney hasn't recasted on her dress yet, but that's what she's going to be making for us. But you do have your travel knitting projects ready to go, working on your, I'm going to mispronounce this, Arcuit vest. Ooh, and you cast it on a Tolsta tank. I can't picture the Tolsta tank at the top of my head, but I'll have to have a look. Thanks, Mac. I think the velvet's going to be really fun too. Oh, thank you, Whitney. Mac is working on finishing 2 tests, and then you'll be casting on tonight with us at the party. I'm so excited. I'm also going to be wrapping up. I want to take the first 2 weeks of the Makealong to cast on my project and like very slowly get a couple rows done. But I also want to wrap up 2 to 3 summer projects, which I think is totally doable. So if I can do that, then I'll be able to devote the rest of the 4 weeks to my Sexy Gone and possibly cast on another project for the Magickal Mal. So that should be fun. All right. Well, I think we should get into prizes. Yes, I am, Whitney. I am going to finish the Teresa dress. That's one of the projects that I'm hoping to finish up in the next, probably not finish in the next 2 weeks, but I want to make enough progress to have the next episode out. And then really there's not going to be too much left to do on it. So my goal for that, I would love to have it done by Halloween or by Samhain. I do think that would be cool, but totally okay if not. Would like it done before Christmas though. So maybe I can wrap it up in November, if not October. Fingers crossed. But it's a large stock in that section right now with increases for the hips. So I should probably measure. and do a try on. I haven't done that in a while to see where I'm at, to see how much more I have to go, and then I can film. All right, well, let's get into our prizes. So it is a 6-week-long make-along. I have more than 6 prizes, though. I may have gone a little overboard on prizes, but I was having so much fun. I feel like these things are so awesome. So, yeah, if you are in our Ko-fi group, I hope you're excited for these. And also, I do want to say, if you're not someone who likes, like, maybe you just like the witchy aesthetic and you're not into things like spells and the actual witchcraft aspect of it, that's totally okay. And like, if I have some earring options. If there's ever something that comes up that you're like, oh, I'm not into that, you're not going to hurt my feelings. And I won't be telling like anybody that you don't want it. But you can always opt for any pattern of choice off of Ravelry. I can gift you a pattern of your choice as a prize if the prize that's here does not work for you for some reason. Okay, so let's start with something non-yarny. Let's start with something pretty kind of witchy. So part of my magical and witchy journey has been learning about witchcraft and like goddesses and nature. And I feel like I devour witchy books. And there were 2 that I'd had on my list that I thought might be fun for people who were witchy curious. I also bought both of these books myself. So I feel like it's good whether you're witchy curious or really into your practice. But the first one I got, this is Your Spiritual Almanac, A Year of Living Mindfully. This had great reviews online. On the back, it says, use the seasons to connect with yourself and the world around you with this beautiful little book as your guide. So I'll show you some of the chapters. They do have the chapters by season, by month. Words are hard today. And if we flip to February, so this is going to be all about self-love. And you have things like affirmations, fables, talking about the stars, the moon, the sun, the earth during February, crystals, meditations, even movement that you can do in your practice if you like to do yoga. There's self-care in here, how to set up a February altar, recipes and drinks. We all know that I like a good mocktail. Eco action, pay it forward, creativity. Rudy's gonna chime in with some things. Journaling, connection. Yeah, I just thought this was really cute, especially if you are new to the practice. So this is one of the prizes, Your Spiritual Almanac. And another one, I was so psyched about this because I follow him online. I think there's a nice picture of him. So his name, he goes by Fire Lyte. This is the gentleman in question. But on Instagram, I wrote down his Instagram so that I wouldn't forget. He has a different handle and he talks about all sorts of things. I feel like he actually doesn't talk about witchcraft as much as he does other things. Why is this the screenshot I took to remember his handle? He is promoting some, how can I say this for YouTube? Self-pleasure items, but this is Head on Fire Pod is his Instagram. And he's awesome, but he does talk about like a lot of things, political and social commentary, and there is some witchcraft, but I feel like not a whole lot. But yeah, so this is the Dabbler's Guide to Witchcraft, and I think this reads more kind of like a story a little bit. The first part here to the story says, if you've ever wanted to burn your ex's old stuff in a trash can while drinking wine with your friends under the light of the full moon, you already know that magic is an essential part of our human existence. But what is magic anyway? Are witches even real? Can modern science and social conscience sit alongside a pursuit of magic? Also, can we just make shit up? So I have been really excited to dive into this book. I have not yet, but it seems like a really good kind of intro to witchcraft, or just if you were looking to seek more of the like science connection and like he said, what did he call it? The social conscience of it. I think this would be really fun. So these are two of the prizes that are there. He does look like Milo from Atlantis. Oh my God, Whitney, I'm so glad you said that because I thought that the other day. I was like, Milo. Oh, Milo. We love Milo. That would be a great Disney bound. Mac agrees. He totally looks like Milo. All right, so we have our two books. Now let's get into something that's a little more witchy aesthetic. So if you're not totally, if I haven't sold you on the witchiness, which by the way, in this group, nobody is going to try to convert you to any sort of paganism or witchcraft or anything. You can just join if all you like is spooky movies and witchy aesthetic. That's totally fine. But one of my favorite earring designers, I'm wearing these cute little cowboy dancing ghosties. This is Fallen Pine Studio. I got a few pairs of earrings for y'all for the witchy aesthetic. So also by Fallen Pine Studio, we have these crystal balls, and I just loved the like little confetti at the top. And a witch's cauldron with some witch's brew going on. They're so cute, and I love the size of them. They're pretty big without being too large, but I like big statement earrings, and I just feel like these are so much fun. So 2 more prizes that you can win. Also, I should mention, how do you win a prize? For the Makealong, you do not need to finish a project to win any of the prizes. I will be pooling each week, maybe sometimes more than once a week because I have so many prizes. And what I'll be doing is creating a post on Ko-fi. So you'll comment on the post on Ko-fi, and I will be posting that link to Discord. So if you're not super great about checking into Ko-fi every day, that's okay. If you're not super great about checking into Discord every day, that's okay. You know, one or the other should hit you. But I will give, I don't know, 24, 48 hours on the posts so that people can answer a question, or maybe you have to post a picture or do something. It'll be something super easy. And then those will be the entries to win for the week. So you will have to pay a little bit of attention, but I'm going to try to give you a day or two to respond, and it will just be a random pool. So that's how we're going to do the prizes. All right. Next up in the prizes, we'll do something yarny. My beautiful, wonderful friend, Stacy of Bah Humble, she actually reached out when I started talking about the Magickal Makealong, and she's like, do you want me to make some stitch markers? And I was so excited because I love Stacy stitch markers. She's so creative, and she came up with for us this set of 3, I guess technically progress keepers, but you could absolutely use these, you know, knitting or crochet. But we have the little planchette with yes, no, and a moon and a star. The crystal ball with the yarn inside. And I think this one might be my favorite. The moon phases above the ball of yarn. They're just so stinking cute. I love them. So this will be an option of, well, it'll be one of the prizes. Not really an option, but one of the prizes to win. She does always make the cutest stuff, Mac. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the earrings and the stitch markers. Yay! I'm so glad you guys are liking the prizes. I have been so excited about these, but I was a little nervous. Like maybe I hyped it up too much, but I don't think so. They're really cool. All right, let's get back into some witchy shit for a second. So I have an amazing friend, Jess. Her Instagram handle is Wild Moon Witchery, and she is also on YouTube. She has a Ko-fi, and she has a podcast on Spotify, and it's really good. But Jess and I were friends in high school. We weren't super close, but she's just a lovely human being. And it's when I started getting more in touch with like tarot and my spirituality that I really reconnected with her, because she is a school teacher by day and then not by night, although that is kind of cool for the witchy shit. By night, she's a practicing witch, and she creates candles and spell kits. If you're ever in person in Pittsburgh, she does full moon and new moon rituals at, oh, I wish I could remember the name of the shop, but it's a really cool like witchy shop in Pittsburgh. And people meet coven style during the different moon and lunar events. And it's just really cool. And I'm always hoping one of the times that I go home, it'll coincide with one of the events that they do. But she is amazing. And I purchased from her for us on this make-along 2 of her spell kits. So the first one, this is a self-love ritual, and the instructions are right in here. There's a little bit to do with rune work, a little bit of incense. Jess is so good with her meditations, her guided meditations especially, and she's a writer. She calls herself a word witch. So whenever she has these little, even written, or if you're listening to them, I just feel like they really are powerfully magical. She does such a great job with them, and just the thought that she puts into her spells. So there are crystals in here. There are some herbs, everything that you need to complete your self-love ritual. The other spell kit that I bought was the Divine Connection and Intuition spell. I just thought this was another lovely one. I have done this one before. It's incredible. I really, really enjoyed this spell. And yeah, everything that you need is inside. So 2 spell kits for our Magickal Makealong prizes. I hope y'all like those ones too, because I realize it might be too witchy for some people. Maybe you're not ready, or you don't want to cast spells, which is totally okay. But I think they're really fun. They're a good time. And even if you're not like super into it and you're like, I just want to get a little tipsy one night, and sure, hell yeah, I'll do a self-love ritual. It's really fun. You'll have a good time. Okay, next prize. We're going to go back to the witchy aesthetic. And one of our Ko-fi members, the wonderful Shannon of Crafty Luna Creations, she is, I feel like a horrible friend and a horrible person. I can't remember the name of her tribe. But Shannon is Native American, and she creates the most beautiful beaded jewelry. And she offered to make some beaded jewelry for our make-along. She sent me a picture, and she's like, I could make these and these and these. And one of them were these crows. And I don't know if y'all know, but I fucking love crows. And I was like, can you make me the crow one? She goes, I know, Chelsea, I'm making you the crow ones. Which ones do you want for the make-along? So she created for us these beautiful moon and star earrings. I just love how it looks like the stars are dripping down in like the darker night sky. They're so beautiful. So these will be an option. Not an option. Why do I keep saying that? These will be one of the prizes from Shannon, Crafty Luna Creations. Oh, I'm glad you like the stitch markers. Hi, Anita. Oh no, YouTube didn't notify you. I'm sorry. You can always turn on the little bell, or if you did that and it still didn't notify you, I'm very sorry. And make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter, because I usually put out whenever I'm going live or doing, I have different YouTube videos up on there. Shannon's earrings are stunning. I think so too. All right, we have 2 more prizes left. So the next one, you were probably expecting this, but I will be giving away 1 or 2 bottles of my Sea Witch soak. This is my magical wool wash that I create. I make the moon water. I set out the crystals, do the intention. It's kind of a ritual, kind of a spell that I do, but it is a really gentle wool wash. You can use this on your handmaids. You can use this on your bikinis. You can use this on your lingerie. And it is no rinse. And I think it smells like a tropical garden. So my Sea Witch soak, have 1 or 2 of those also available. You even added the notify you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, YouTube was a butthead to me too today, though. I think it is because it was me. I was the problem. I must have clicked something that didn't let me do it from my phone, which is why we are on my computer and not my phone. So I probably did something. I'm sorry. All right. We have one more prize, and this one is a Yarny prize. This is from the incredible, the beautiful Danny of Odd Knots and Threads. And I snagged one of her moon phase row counters, row trackers. This thing is so cute. I have wanted this for myself for a while. So I was actually laughing. I'm like, I might be buying another one. But I'm pretty sure how it works is, and this would be, I think this would, you might be able to use it for crochet. Yeah, this way, because there are 2 clippies on it. I bet there's a way to use it for crochet, but I do think it's intended for knitting. So with the little circle, you put it over your needle as you go. So like this would be row 1. And then whenever I get to the next row, I would put my needle through this one. Row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, all the way down. And then whenever you get to row 9 and you need to make it row 10, you take the little star and you would clip it to the 1. And then you can continue to move your needle down the circle down your needle as you go. And it would be like 1 plus 2 because you'd have the star up here. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you can move the star to the 2. And now you know you're in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. So I just think this one is so cute with the moon phases and the star. I love it. So this will be another prize, not option, another prize for the Magickal Mal. I think it might be the last one. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Oh, I'm so glad you like all the prizes. People are so creative. I had not seen that style until Danny, and then a couple others popped up for me because, you know, the AI gods and the algorithm, they know what we're looking at. So once I did that, I started seeing a lot more of them, but I love that. I think it's so clever. Anyways, those are our prizes for the Magickal Makealong. If you have any questions, if you're watching this later and you want to know more about the Magickal Mal, you can message me here on YouTube. You can send me a DM on Instagram. You can email me, chelsea@knittingtipsy.com. I'm so excited for our cast on party tonight. I think it's going to be a blast. And if you need some inspiration, if you don't know, you can't think of anything magical to make, I do have right now, it's a Ravelry bundle of over 50 patterns that are both knit and crochet. I'll put the link in this description. I have started editing the video. This past week has been just kind of a shit show for me. Part of it was like physical symptoms. Like I did not feel well, never like sick, but like just did not feel well. And I decided not to push myself and to just try to take some rest. And then definitely part of it was some depression symptoms and stuff. So I didn't get a whole lot of work done. I was really hoping to have the video edited. I'm on the fence right now about even creating the video because I have already put so much time into it. There's been several hours doing research for the patterns and then filming, but I know that it's going to be several hours more of work. And I just don't know if I have it in me, to be honest. But I might. So if I do, I have a cocktail recipe in it. I feel like I have some pretty funny anecdotes in the video, but the Ravelry pattern bundle is available right now as is. And hopefully maybe I will have that video out later this week, next Sunday. I don't know. What is time? No one knows. Oh, you saw those row counters at Twice Sheared Sheep. When did Danny come out with those? I feel like she's had them for about a year, maybe 2 years. But yeah, I just love them. And she has more than just that. So if you don't like the moon and stars, I think she has kind of a tropical one. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should get that one instead. But I mean, celestial and tropical can't go wrong either way. Oh, Whitney, I'm sorry you had such a rough week. I can speak from experience that editing pattern roundup videos are awful. I usually have to edit 10 hours for every hour of footage. Yeah. I know I have several hours ahead of me. I've already edited like the intro, but I already need to re-edit the intro because I thought this was going to be done by the time today happened, the start of the make along. So I think I need to either clip some things that say like, oh, join us on Sunday, or I need to like do more filming so I can pop in and be like, hello, Chelsea from the future. That didn't happen kind of thing. It's just a pain in the ass. It's great. Like I love it. I love doing it, but at the same time, it's such a pain in the ass. So we'll see. Maybe that pattern bundle will just be for the people who watch this live and for my Ko-fi subscribers. So it'll be good times. Anyways, that's really all I've got for you guys. Is anybody here attending our cast on party tonight? I know Whitney's going to be traveling on a plane. See, Whitney, that is honestly the thing that's making me try to push through. They do perform well on YouTube. Every person's roundup video that I see performs so well. But I think where the problem lies is I'm not really out of my depressive funk. And if I put all that time in and it flops, I don't foresee that going well for me. I could see my morale really like just plummeting into the floor if all that work does not pay off in the end. If it does really well, I think I'll love it. Be like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. But you know, that's the risk we take. We'll see. Oh, yay, Ladidi! You're going to be joining us tonight. I'm so glad. And if you do in the next couple hours decide to sign up for Ko-fi, there is already a post up there that has the link for Google Meet to join us tonight. So it does have like what am I thinking? The code. It's not a code. It's like the special link to get into our chat room. It's okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Well, this one is a quickie today. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in the Magickal Makealong. I hope to see you in the cast-on party tonight. Again, any questions, just let me know. Thanks so much to everyone who joined, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.